The views and opinions expressed on Barbershop Micz Podcast does not reflect the views of Charm City Direct TV Network. Some language, videos, and content may not be suitable for young viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody, to Barbershop Micz, featuring yourself, bro, Mike. And as our Mike's muted, what's up, though? We got Jasmine Farron, Vet Green, and Sean Jones in the building and everything like that.
Peace, everyone. Peace.
Here we are, everyone. We're about to basically get into this though, because I feel so excited, and I know y'all do as well. But here's the thing: we want to let everyone know who we are, and where we came from, and how do we get it cracking and everything like that. So, with yours truly, bro, Mike, I started this journey. Make a long story short, though, into music and everything like that, and was headed for ghostwriting and rap careers and everything. But I went into a lot of basically a lot of writing and going to studios and everything. And from there, though, fast forward, I got into commentary, into Facebook and Instagram, and then from that point, though, as of last year, though, I got into to podcasting, and here I am and everything like that. So, and I met some fabulous people on the board and everything like that, though. So I'm not gonna take the flow up though. So let's switch it over, y'all. Let's any one of y'all begin to talk and share with us, who you are, where you coming from. And I'm also from Queens, New York, though, shouting out and everything. So raise the roof for where you come from and all of that good stuff.
Okay, my name is Jasmine. I'm from the Caribbean, Jamaica in the building. I also boom, 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 boom. I also just love the vibes. We just come. I'm gonna bring it. It's gonna be lit. That I get in contact with Barbershop and Mike. You see, I saw a post and saying that they needed co-hosts, and I said, let me jump on this, and I jumped on it, and I met Mike, and I met my beautiful sisters and brothers, and we just have a connection. I also is the founder of Power of Prayer Ministry, which is a prayer ministry that we pray every day. And we also share Bible verses every day as well. My YouTube channel is Power of Prayer Ministry and Power of Prayer Ministry TV. You can follow me on Instagram at Prayer Jazz. I'm a beautiful adult daughter, and I just love my new family. So just welcome in as we lit
it. Peace. I want to say peace from the beautiful city of Toronto today. My name is Sean Jones, and I'm happy to be a part of this podcast and a part of this experience. I myself have been podcasting for a little over a year. I've got a podcast out of Toronto called Vex in the City. It's kind of tearing it up right now, so I just want to get that out there. Peace to my family, Jasmine. I've also got a Jamaican family, so we're gonna fit right in. And peace to my co-hosts, and blessings to all of you, and just thank you for this journey, really.
Hey, you guys, my name is Vet Green of Think and Grow with Vet Green Podcast. I have a podcast on Anchor over on YouTube, so you guys can go check me out. I'm so happy to be here. I am a mom of 6, 2 sets of twins. Yes, God was blessing me all. I know, right? all over the place. I am a person who is into self-development, motivation. I just want everybody to win. That's what it's all about. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to realize their true potential. I'm going to bring it, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me to the show. This is going to be phenomenal, and I'm just ready for this conversation that we're about to have about should women be submissive or not. So come on.
Before we even go, I didn't know you had twins. I got twins too. So
nice. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't have no twins though. I have a granddaughter. I have a 1-year-old granddaughter and everything. Yeah, and I have a married daughter and son-in-law. So everything's everything.
It's a
I
beautiful
work
thing.
and I am an entrepreneur business guy. So keep your ears open for some ideas and everything like that. Don't share with y'all though, you know. Yeah,
But
but
Yvette,
yes, but in the
go
meantime,
ahead, Mike. Go ahead,
yes,
Mike.
bro, in
Sorry.
the meantime, though,
But this
I'm
is
so
so getting
happy.
so spicy.
Listen, listen. If I could just hug all y'all and stuff like that, like you know, I would really
Group
love
hug.
y'all because y'all the best, man. God is good. God is good because you know, with my type of idea, I'm just like you guys came through. You know what I'm saying?
We did.
And we're gonna have some fun. Y'all gonna have 5 million or 5,000 podcasts on the side, though. But Barbershop and Micz is gonna be one of them to put it into the fold. So therefore, though, we're gonna have some fun. Let's make it happen and everything like that, and enjoy our topics for all the viewers and everything like that, though. You know what I mean? Straight up.
That's right. So about this topic, let's go.
Come on, sis.
Come on, sis.
The twin thing just come up because I know that my dad is a twin, right?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wow. How was that?
But his sister died when she was a child, so boom, a connection.
Yes. Two sets of twins. I knew the first set I didn't find out until like I was 8 months. The second set I told my doctor. She's like, "Oh no, okay, whatever." 4 months later, here comes the other.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So tell me, sis, the topic: should women be submissive to men? Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
But guess what? What is submission though? What is submission though? Because a lot of time person believe, I often heard person said, okay, my man and I in the bed and they said they want a cup of coffee. Is that submissive to go and get him after you work at an 8-hour shift or a 12-hour shift?
It depends on, I guess, who you're talking to. For me, I think that's just something that I would do. I want to say that I believe women should be submissive, but men should also. We should meet together. Women shouldn't be so submissive where they're doing everything, and the man isn't doing anything. But yes, I'm a believer that the man should be the head in the house, and the woman should be submissive. But that was the way I was raised as well.
Right. It depends on how you're raised as well, because I come from a Jamaican family, West Indian family, and it's just natural that the man is the head of the household. Now, just saying that, like, it gets a lot of people upset, or it ruffles a lot of feathers when you say the head or the leader or any kind of thing like that. But that's not what I think submissive means. I kind of just believe that everybody has their place in the relationship, and the man is the head of the relationship, right? So it's not about you're serving anybody or you're subservient to anybody. It's just, the man is the head of that. Like, if somebody comes to your door to bring trouble, you want the man to step up and do his job and defend his home. It's his home, right? So that's just kind of my upbringing, where I'm from. I'm kind of old school like that. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I absolutely believe that women should be submissive to the men.
Okay, so some of our guests are asking questions in the chat. I don't know if you guys can see.
Yeah, so I see them coming across.
Yeah, one of the guests, inspirational by Marie, she also have a channel. She's asking, what is submission definition of submission? And so we need to understand what is submission, because submission is more deeper than what we think. Because in my view, submission is like, okay, I have my husband, I have my mate, okay? So my husband come up with an idea and said, look here, we are going to do that. We have an agreement, and then we said, yes, that's what we are going to do. So I submit to him. So he said, okay, this is in my own vision. He said, okay, I have $100. I said, okay, then. All right, I don't think $100 can supply the business, but let me save some money. And when we save the money, it becomes $1,000. Now, when my mate or my husband having a conversation, I believe I'm supposed to support him in public. So I believe submission is not necessary go for coffee, because my husband can go for chocolate tea for me. My husband can cook a food for me, but submission is support. I also want to share 1 Peter 3:7, because I know most of the viewers are here are Christian. It said, likewise, husband, live with your wife in understanding, while show honor to the woman as weak vessels, since they are here with you to the grace of life, so that your prayer may not be hidden. So submission is support. So we must not get it twisted and say submission, okay, all right, I'm in the bed, so go. No, because everybody can do that. A child can do that. But submission is support in my eyesight.
Yeah, I agree.
You know something? I think, also there's a two-sided thing to that, because like not all men, but some men, they want to turn that into a force of dominance. You know what I'm saying? Like some guys may want a woman to be able to be submissive and to, like, in other words, bowing their heads, down, like they are king or some type of like type of big man or whatever. But submissive can go either way. It could be positive or negative, but there's some people that like to use that as a form of dominance. Let me let y'all know, yeah. And there's some women that, like, for example, and we'll get on another topic the next week. It's kind of like similar to like being, what is it when a man is alpha, or what is it when a woman is alpha? We'll talk about that next week. But being submissive, could be categorized in two different ways and everything like that, though. But Ms. Jasmine is correct, but it's being played around, jumped around,
Okay, I just also wanted to just big up the Facebook massive that are here. They are taking part. I heard that
and they're asking questions. Yeah,
a woman stop giving these, and also I heard inspiration by Mary getting in the conversation. We wanted to stop by to tell you that we really appreciate you being here, and we're doing it all for you. We're doing it all for you, so you can just jump in and have the conversation with us, and we are reading what you're saying, because we really appreciate you. Yes, Big Brother Mike. A lot of time. Yeah, go ahead, Yvette. Go ahead.
We have a question. We have a question from Tamara. She said, when she thinks of submission, she feels like it's controlling kind, and that goes back to what Mike was saying, that dominance. And we do have some men out here that will take a woman who's, and I don't want to say weak, a woman who has not discovered who she truly is. I'll put it there, because that's what it is, and feeling torn and broken, and he will use that and turn her into something that he can control. So and it can be, he can use abuse. A lot of men, they use violence against women to make them be submissive. A lot of men, they are very manipulative, and they'll use that to make the woman submit to them, and it doesn't feel good. And it is, in a sense, controlling instead of a natural thing that I think can occur. I truly believe that with women, with a lot of women, and it may be based on the way we were raised. I'll speak for myself, Vet. I don't want to always have to lead. I've been conditioned to do that in the absence of a man, though. But if I have a man, an alpha male, that's what I'm looking for, because I'm a light in this world. I know who I am. If I have a man that I can submit to, I'm going to naturally do that. It's going to naturally happen. I'm going to cook for him. I'm going to, I'm going to do those wifely duties and that's what I call wifely duties, because that's what I saw. That's my form of submission, but you have to be worthy of it. And it can't be where I'm doing everything. I'm not going to submit to a man who can't even get a job. I'm out here struggling. You know what I mean? It's a difference. You don't want to play wifey and a man can't bring the bacon home. Right. You know what I mean? There's a difference. So when I think of submission, I think, it's something that will naturally occur in women, but you have to have the right man. You don't want to just be submissive to anyone.
Everybody.
Right. That's right.
That's so true.
You know what? I'm sorry. My question is, though, is like, okay, Vet, here's the thing, though. So suppose you find a man that's to your liking, and this guy is submissive, but now he's throwing in verbal abuse. See, ladies, jump in with this, though. Verbal abuse is very rampant among what goes on in the world today with this, the psychologies of how can I say it? It's like the mind frames of some men, not all. Some men like to abuse women with the vulgar talk and everything, and want to add in with the submissive ways of, as I said again, like of being dominant. How do you ladies categorize that, though? What's the
You want to take that, sis?
Okay, I strongly understand what you're saying, and I understand what Yvette's saying as always, and I support. But a lot of men, when Yvette, we can detect this as female. A lot of men, when they're looking a woman or looking a relationship, they portray like, okay, this is the type of woman they need. This is the type of woman they're looking for. But basically, they want control. Some of them, they want control over money. They want control over the house, but still yet don't want carrying the bacon. So submission, as I said before, I still on my topic, is working together. Submission is, to me, is support. Because I hope I answer your question, Brother Mike. For one thing that I want to jump in also, when it comes to submission, if my partner said, okay, know that I'm going to rob a bank or a supermarket, if I'm submissive to him, will I go and rob the bank and the supermarket? So sometimes it's not necessary, okay, whatever the male said in the relationship, because he's stronger, right. Then we are going to submit to. And as Yvette said, look here, if you want me to submit to you, you have to show me respect. Because if you don't show me respect, how can I submit to you? It's easy for submit to a man. Like, for instance, I'm going to bring in a family member into this. My mom and my father married for 50 years. God rest her soul. She died in June 18. And I always see my mom supporting my father. So that's what I grew up on. Sean and Mike support. So for me to say, yes, I'm going to support my mate, but I'm not going to look any mate to submit to, because he have to have some kind of standard. And next point I want to bring very quickly, if I'm getting more money than him, that don't mean that I must not submit to him, right? That it don't mean like that. So submission is support, and I still hold my ground that I will support my man when he needs support, and I will support my man when he is struggling and need a helping hand. To me, that is support. That is more beautiful.
We also got to make a distinction. I got to kind of stop everything right now, because all I've heard is man, dominating, controlling man. And we all know that's not the case all the time, because we all know that controlling woman. We all know of that controlling woman, and it's totally flipped on the other end. A woman not supporting her man, and a woman dominating a man, because I've seen it. We've all kind of seen it too. So we got to make that kind of distinction. It's not just a man thing. It's just not just a man trying to control, as there are women out there trying to control as well, right? So I just want to throw that in there before it goes any further. Like it's coming like a man bashing thing, but I know it's not.
It's like a 50-50. It should be a 50-50 instead of like a 75.
And even if you say, let me just add to that point. All right, because I believe that a woman should be submissive to her man. But hear this: this is just my opinion, by the way. In any successful relationship in North America, and any healthy successful relationship, I find that it is 60-40 in control of the women, right? Now, when I say 60-40, 60 women, men 40. And I mean this. Now, let me explain my point. Right? Now, I said in any successful, healthy relationship, the woman, 60% of everything, she's making the decision. So 60% of what you're eating, how your house looks, where you're going, what your kids are going to go to school. Like all of those is 60, every 6 out of 10, the woman is making that distinction, and the man is totally fine with it. We are fine with that. We are fine with that as men. If you're in a healthy relationship, we're okay with that. We understand it's a war. The little battles, you guys can have those. We understand it's a war. But there are 4 things out of 10 that a man has to put his foot down and say, nah, this is my control. This is what I'm bringing. This is my decision on this. You've got to support me on this. 6 out of 10 things are yours. 6 out of 10 every single night. What we're eating, what we're watching, where we're going, that's yours, right?
You must be married, Sean.
Talk about it, Sean. Right?
We got the
I've done this to a science now, because I believe that if we just accept these things, if we accept these numbers, a lot of people would be happy. We would actually understand where we're coming from.
But this is why a lot of the times. But Good, finish.
No, this is why a lot of the times you hear like men would say facetiously, she's nagging me. I gotta ignore her, I gotta get at that, because we're okay giving you those things. We're the 6 out of 10 things that we're not sweating. We're okay with that. Tell us to take out the garbage. Tell us to do this, whatever. We're okay with that. We're okay. Right. But there's, the game is on now, and I'm watching the game, and I'm not going to be going to the grocery store for you when I'm watching the game. This is just something that it's one of the 10 things. It's one of my 4 things that I put my foot down, right? The game is on. I would like to watch the game. It's that simple. Right. So now, if you break it down to females like that, like, can you give me these 4 things?
I'm accepting that.
See, it's a lot. It's much better to come to the table that way instead of a battle. This 50-50 thing that people talk about, I don't really see it. I'm okay giving 60%. I don't see the 5 out of 10 things. I'm not arguing with my partner on where we're going to eat. I don't care. Right. That's not one of my things. So that's what I mean.
Yeah, I think respect is always supposed to be prevalent, though, with 2 parties, with the man, with the king and queen, because the thing is that, though, it had to be like that. Some women want it their way, like Burger King. You know what I'm saying? So they'll say, listen, I want you to go out and get me them tampons. The box of cigarettes and shit, you know what I'm saying, and all that. You're like, wait a minute, hold on, I'm watching a football game. Listen, no, you want to, and they just start demanding. You know what I'm saying? So basically speaking, it's like, though, where is the cohesiveness? Where is the equal balance? You see what I'm saying?
It's got to be a healthy relation. If it's healthy, if it's a healthy relationship, you can have that back and forth. You can have that dialogue. Listen, but if it's not, then somebody's going to want to take
that. I don't have to argue it. Yeah, I want to have a woman that I ain't got to argue with like that. You know what I'm saying?
The way Sean came at it. Look, I like that. Listen. Women lead. Women lead. We do. If you successful households, successful marriages, the woman is the leader in the background, and a lot of women are okay with that. But the thing is, let me have my opinion. Be strong enough that I can voice my opinion, and you don't try and shoot me down. Let me have a voice, because I've been with men who are very insecure in their own person, and because I know who I am now. If they would have checked me out 4 years ago, then I would have been that submissive woman, that bowing down. That. But now it's like, no. I have this opinion. You need to be strong enough to handle my opinion. We need to be able to have a discussion, and I don't always have to agree with you. Now, the other thing is, let me just throw this in there. Do you believe that you should have your man's back in the public at all times? And this goes into that submissiveness. Even if it's wrong.
There's a way to do it. There is a way to do it, because it's wrong, but you try to keep it down a little bit, right? And then you punch him, because every partner is supposed to have like a high movement to know, like, okay, you're doing too much now, the too most, right? So hold it down. But to embarrass him in the public, I don't think so, right? I'm not saying that you're going to support his undoing, but there's a way. When he go home and the closed door, you give it to him. Right?
Come on, sis.
You must always have your back. So one question I wanted to ask, Yvette, that is a good one. One question I want to ask my brother. Do you believe a submissive woman is sexy?
Say it again.
Do you believe a submissive woman is sexy?
Well, it depends on the context, because I don't believe there's any man who's going to say, they don't like a submissive woman sometimes in bed, because that's a fantasy of every man, right? And if that's like, if a woman is fulfilling her wifely duties to her man, I mean, I don't even think that's work for her, right? A man likes a submissive woman in the bed. Like, it kind of brings us back. It brings our mojo back. It brings it. It gives us something. Absolutely. I mean,
it's a way of life.
The things that we go through on a daily basis, we're probably getting dominated. We're getting talked down to at our job. A woman fulfilling that fantasy in the bedroom as being submissive to me, that'll bring me right back up. That'll lift me right back up.
Right.
There's a way for a woman to be submissive. So, Sean, you don't want her to be submissive in the bedroom.
No.
Yes.
I never said that. I never said that.
I want my woman.
I said, please be submissive.
I want my woman to be submissive. I want her to be as freaky as anything else in the world, though, because guess what, though? Because now that's the way how we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? See, and I don't want nothing else, nothing more. I want her to be freaky in the bedroom.
What?
So
who has that? A lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets,
something like that, right? So they got to be, yeah. So I guess
all that outdoor stuff, though. But I mean, if it's nature calling, hey.
Get to put
you babe yourself around here in the mic. Babe yourself.
And it's good. I must say it. I mean, you know, like, okay, if we're in a car or something like that, you know, I mean, you know, yeah, but.
No, like we don't know, Brother Mike. What you talking about?
I don't know. I don't bring me out, Mike. Don't bring me out. I don't know these things.
I'm just, hey, listen. I'm bringing submissiveness and everything like that. But you know, we can keep it private too. You know, a man and woman should keep their stuff private and stuff like that, though, right?
Okay.
But yeah, just to add on, Jasmine, like it's not all the time you want your woman to be submissive, right? Because there are certain times when a man wants his woman to stand up for herself and him. For example, a woman goes out, she's going to get hit on a lot. She's going to get approached a lot. At that point, you want your woman not to be submissive and just meek and just accepting everybody's invitation. You want her at that point to be a strong woman, to shoot some of these guys down. So it's not all the time you want your woman to be submissive. At times you want her to be the captain.
Okay, I just pause for a moment just to let our Facebook viewers and our YouTube viewers knowing that we really appreciated you to be here and see the question, but the argument is so hot, it's fire. So we appreciate you and we thank you for being here. And I will also encourage you to share. Bring some people in. You know, this is a new cat on the market, Barbershop and Mike, and we are just doing our things, and we really want your support. So we just encourage you to just share this live and tell a friend and tell your grandmother, your grandfather, your granduncle, and everybody to come into the conversation. Right? Should a woman be submissive? All right.
That's right. So Sean the Don Brown said, "What are you giving to him?"
Sean, get out of there.
If you're being submissive, I believe that a woman will provide everything that the man needs. If that man is providing what that woman needs. And going back to what Sean was saying, that is so honest. It really is a 60-40 thing. Most women do not want to lead. We want to be led. We want to be submissive. We want, and I'll say that we want, but we also want that man to play his role. You know, in the background, I can be doing what needs to be done. I can be the leader in the background, but in the forefront, you need to show up as the leader. You need to show up in my life as the leader. I'm going to submit. I want to submit. You want dinner? Okay, baby, I got your dinner, but let me make sure that I got my stuff together also, because naturally I'm going to submit. It's just a natural process for me. And it is the way I was raised. I saw my mom do it. I saw my grandmother do it. I saw my aunt do it. That's just what we do, but we also have our own opinions, and we need to be able to go out and make our own life.
Okay, that is so tight. Well, we're going to break right now. We'll be right back after this message.
Charm City Direct TV, Baltimore's newest social media online network. By real people, for real people. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Charm City Direct TV, YouTube at Charm City Direct TV, and IG at Charm_City_Direct TV. Charm City Direct TV. We are the heartbeat of the city.
Once again, y'all, we are back.
Welcome back.
Talking about should women be submissive and everything. First off, though, we want to give a big shout out though to E Digger of Charm City TV and the hotel, you know, for bringing us on and everything like that, and making it possible for Barbershop and Micz and my new family. So let's get rocking and rolling.
Let's get rolling. But Speaking Grace TV, and Ibit and I are checking the message and our new family. Speaking Grace TV asks a question. Submission is not hard. When you are with a God-fearing man, you can trust his direct decision. The Bible instruct a woman to submit to her own husband. And speaking grace, that is so good. So a woman must submit to her own husband. So it's not every husband that woman must be submissive to. And as Sean said, like, okay, you have your girl and you're going out, and man is gonna hit on her, and then for she to no, when you easy to submit to your own husband, because you know your own husband is a provider, is a father, he loves you, he cherishes you, so you easy to submit to him. What do you think about that, guys? Any questions on Facebook, Yvette? Check the Facebook.
I agree. Yep, I'm just looking at the comments on Facebook. I agree. So Jamie had said also, and I hope I answered your question when I said. So Jamie had said, if a man is being strong and playing his role, then yes, the woman can fall back and chill and just be a woman, just be a girl. Like, bam, Jamie, that's it. We don't have to worry about everything else.
Right. A lot of the times, this is the way I kind of put it too. I always have these little sayings that the 60-40, but I always put this: women want to wear the pants in the relationship, but they also want to wear the skirt in the relationship, meaning they want to be women. They want to be catered to. They want to feel important. They want the attention. They want those womanly things. They want to get flowers. They want you to remember certain things, but they also want to lead in the relationship and wear pants as well. Now, a man, all we can wear is pants. I'm sorry, if you're wearing a skirt, you're not a man. So all we can wear is pants. That's all we can bring to the table. So, there are times there's no other times that we can wear the skirt. We always got to be the man. So, of course. So again, you got to know that balance. So you got to know when your woman can lead and when you should lead. You got to know that balance. And again, if you're in a healthy relationship, you've already talked about that. So you already know that.
There's a very important question asked, Sean and Mike. A person's asking, they have a problem with submission. So what would you recommend for that person if they're having a problem with the word submission? Because a lot of persons, they really have a problem. I know that I have a discussion in church before about submission. So what would you advise that person? I'm talking about the brothers and the sisters to jump on with it.
Well, once again, like submission, it depends on how it's being directed as, you know what I'm saying? Because, some people are utilizing submission as in a negative form versus people that are using it in a correct form. So it depends on what angle it's going, what direction it's going to. I'm saying, in other words, for submission,
a simple,
a little bit of the clarity on that.
A simple word, a simple answer. Change the word submission to another word.
Yeah, but
don't use the word submission. Use the word support.
But some people, correct. Some people use like man or woman, like Sean was saying, Sean and Don, alpha. Remember I was saying alpha? Okay, alpha can be a woman or a man, and they can utilize that though in a negative format though. So we got to know how we gonna be able to rock the boat, in a positive way.
What boat, Mike? What rock the boat?
When I say rock the boat, we got to know that we have to be on an equal balance scale to be able to be positive though with submission. Just like, for example, when Yvette was throwing that, she was like, okay, for a man to be able to lead and everything like that, it's all right to be submissive, but he has to lead. You know what I'm saying? And do the right things. Where some guys may say, like, for example, Jasmine, a guy may want you to, go to the store for him and to cook and clean and this and that. And you may not like that stuff like that. But then he may want to sit around in his lazy boy chair and say, well, Yvette, hey, look, I want you to make me some scrambled eggs. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. You like this and the whole day. You're like, wait a minute. You're not going to do nothing? But he's thinking in his head, submissive. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at it on a positive balance.
Well, that's
some of us in the world, some of us in the world are not doing this balanced. They're not being balanced with it though.
There was a question. There was a question that said, what happens when you're tired of being submissive? to me, and Sister Jasmine, I'll bring it over to you. A lot of times, when we've been in bad relationships, or relationships where it was filled with abuse and like that, we've gotten taken advantage of. Now it's like, I don't want to be that person anymore, because look where it got me. I was submissive before, and this man still dogged me out. Or I was submissive before, or we did the 60-40 thing, and this woman still dogged me out. How do you handle that? Where, like for me, my true being wants to be submissive. I don't want to have to lead all the time. I'm an alpha female. I know that about myself, but I don't want to have to do it. You know what I mean? There has to be a healthy balance. Please lead me. Please come take some of this stuff off my plate. But what happens when you get with somebody and you were submissive and they dog you? What do you do with that?
And that is it. That's a very interesting question, Yvette, because when the partner and you are involved, and as our beautiful brothers and sisters are saying here to this evening, it will be easy, as Speaking Grace mentioned before, when your partner loves you and cherish you, and don't use a weak point, because a lot of male Yvette, they use their male dominant to control the woman and say, okay, I'm the one who paying the bills, so you have to submit to me. They know about your past and know that you're insecure, and they use that on you, and you don't have anywhere to go. So it's very important, if we want to be submissive, and we need to look a man who respects us. So for me personally, if I'm going in any relationship with a man, he have to respect me from the day go. I don't have a problem to be submissive with you, but respect me, because you cannot expect me to be submissive and you are disrespecting me. You cannot expect me to be submissive and you don't support my decision. I cannot expect you to be submissive. I'm going to be submissive to you, and you don't understand who I am. You don't understand my love language. You understand? You just want to take, and you don't want to give. And so I really appreciate that question. The next question I wanted to ask is that a lot of men too, we are all grown person here. They if they wanted a wife, or wife, I don't want to call the word sir. If they ask for that and you say no, they will say, okay, she's not submissive. They don't understand. Look here, I am tired, so that is not a part of submission. If you want me to be submission and I want to some wifely duty, you help me clean the place, that when I come, I have it easy. Then I can serve you. Because you cannot expect I'm going to serve the children, serve at work, cooking the food, and then serve at night. No.
I agree. Lori had said that it's an act of love, and Inspiration by Marie had said it's about being equally yoked. I agree. I'll go back again and say that I think that it's a natural occurrence that women are going to be submissive to their man. But I also want to say that the man has to be worthy of it. You can't be a dog dude out here in the streets, and then you get a woman and you think that she's going to be cooking and cleaning for you. She may do it in the beginning because she's trying to get you. But if you get a woman like that you see wife material in, you need to be stepping up to the plate. And the women also, if you got a man who's showing that he's truly a man and he's holding down his own, he's doing what he needs to do, then sis, you need to be doing what you need to do also, because you want to, I don't want to say keep the man, but if you want to be married, then you have to walk in those shoes. And a lot of men that I know want the woman to be submissive, but again, I'll say it again, the man has to be worthy of it. Come on now, you can't be out here and you don't even have a job and you want me to cook and clean for you.
Yeah. So basically, the woman has to respect you a certain amount. That she's got to respect you a certain amount. Like, you can't be submissive to a pawn. It's got to be a king. You got to be submissive to a king. You can't be submissive to a pawn who's not bringing anything to the table, right? Yeah, exactly. So if you are proving yourself to be king, if you're proving yourself worthy to be a strong man, supportive, respectful, there is no reason why your mate shouldn't be submissive to you. In some way.
Especially, I'm not saying when you are sure yourself and you are dominant of your character, not dominating the person, but dominant of surefire that you could take the lead, and she's worthy of that. So she sees that, so then she wants to be submissive and everything like that. So
yeah, and that is so true. First of all, I wanted big up Lori, and also
that's the verse I was looking for. That's the verse I was looking for.
Thank you,
I was
Lori.
looking for that verse.
Yeah, thank you, Lori. Also, big up People's Choice by Grace. They're here. You said something very important, Green. You said that some women in the beginning, they want the ring, right? So they portray that they are a submissive woman. So we are attacking. We just are going to just put it out there. So yes, I'm an all submissive woman because I want the ring. But as soon as you get the ring, you see your mask come out. So we as people, we have to be very careful. Are we submissive, or we are pretending to be submissive?
You know what I'm saying? That sounds like to me, because if they're doing it just to get that ring, though, then of course, though, they never really had that care. You know what I'm saying? They never really had that in the heart and everything. So basically, it was all a plan.
Mm-hmm. What do they call that when you show when you show up as what do they call that when you meet someone and you show up as not your true self? You're trying to get but it's going to show up because you're going to have one of those days. If you're pretending to be submissive, you can't cook, you can't clean, you know what I mean? So it's going to show up. Don't pretend. Right. Y'all can always learn together. You know what I mean? You can always learn together.
Hey, you too.
I know. I'm going to say something about my new best friend, Mr. Google. Mr. Google said, submission, the act or fact of accepting or yield to supreme force or to will of authority or another person that were fierce in submission. So submission is the heel to authority. So if you are a weak ass brother, if you are a weak ass brother, don't come and want me to be submissive to you, and you're not a leader. And you have to come next week. Exactly. We are going to be blazing next week topic. You think you hear anything yet? Wait until next week. Right?
That's right.
Tell your friend, tell somebody. You have to be 3 p.m. next week right here, right? And join the family as well. We have a Facebook page that we want you to go and support, and we're having conversation every day, all day, 24/7. Okay?
Jump on.
Yes, so obedience and surrender, that is submission. And I believe, yes, we agree that women must be submissive to their husband, not every man. You respect everybody, but be submissive to your husband. Not every man.
Let me just throw a monkey wrench in there. What happens when you have been submissive to this person and everything seems to be going right, but bam, it blows up? And you, how do you manage those feelings? I've been submissive to you. I've done everything I'm supposed to do, but still it's not enough for you. And I'll give that to the men. Why is it sometimes not enough? The submission part.
Sometimes it's just not. Yeah, sometimes it's just not a fit. Like, we're all adults here. Sometimes it's just not a fit. Sometimes the priorities are different. Sometimes it might be a little mismatch, whatever it may be. I would encourage you, though, don't give up on being submissive to the man because you were with the wrong one. Because there are plenty of right ones out there as well.
Yeah.
Right.
And here's the thing. Sean the Dawn wants to know, he says, what if the man is trying to get himself together?
See, I'll bring it back to myself. If you need to show action to me, if you truly are trying to get yourself together, you're out there. If it's a job, whether it's school, whatever it is, I need to see action in your life. You can't be telling me you're trying to get yourself together, but you're sitting on the couch playing video games, or you haven't done anything all week, but Friday, here it is, you want to go out and party. Nah, King, brother, you're not trying to get yourself together. But if I see it and it's in action for me, it has to be in action. Let me see that you're truly trying to get yourself together. If it's, let me see you on the computer putting some job applications in. I want to, you got these interviews, whatever it is, a real queen is going to know the king in them. A lot of times we see the crown in other people, but they can't see their own crown. You know what I mean? So we start acting on what we think may happen because we see the ability that they have. So we start submitting. That's where we get into trouble. But if he's working on himself, we'll see it. If she's working on herself, that man will see it. They'll see it.
I really, really appreciate that question, and I really appreciate that answer, Vet. And Inspiration by Marie, she said, absolutely. Laurie said, seek counseling, and absolutely. The question mark, Bro Mike, is if you see, just to add what Green said, if you see your mate and he don't get it right at the same time, but he see he doing movement, but if he, okay, I'm going to do it next week, I'm going to do it the next 2 months, why would I want to be submissive to him? If I see like, okay, I don't get it right now, but I want to get it right. Can you tell me how? Right. Can you point me to the right place where to go? Like, for instance, if he want to get a better job and he cannot read, and he said, I can't read well enough, so I want to get a better job. How can I go? And you point him to get a better education, because you can go all over social media to get a better education. If he want to be a security guard, that's fine as well. So one day we can own that security company. But if he's weak and don't want to make a first step, don't try to come to me and say be submissive. And if you don't want to change, why would I want to be in that relationship anyhow?
Well, first of all, you know, cats like that is one of the, I call them just want to, like, you know, be in the bed and be all curled up like a cheese doodle and the whole deal. Next, it's like those are bad assets to any type of foundation of chemistry. No woman wants no guy like that, and vice versa. No guy wants a woman like that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, that's off limits, though. She might as well just kick him to the curb, because action, like Vet was saying, action speaks louder than words. Nobody wants a talker. Nobody wants bullshit. Excuse my French. You know, Jazz. Nobody wants the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is going for action, what they see, rather than what they're talking. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, so we almost out of time. So just wrap it up a little bit. We are here to wrap it up. We want to talk to our audience. As I said before, we appreciate you coming here. I know that you guys are busy. I know that Inspiration by Marie and Speaking Grace. There are people straight by Grace. She's in Canada. Inspirational by Marie. She's in England. And Speaking Grace are in England. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you, Laurie. We appreciate you being here to support our first show. But we want to talk to you a little bit, because we want to know our audience. We want to know. It's a family thing, right, Big Brother Mike? It's a family thing, right, Sean? Right, Yvette? It's a family thing. And we just really want you to know and appreciate. We appreciate you being here. So talk to us a little bit.
Yeah, well, Sean,
are you loving the show so far?
Yeah, Sean Adon asked a really good question. Well, he put in here that some, and I'll say people stay for the sex. What happens when it just becomes about the sex, and that's why you're being submissive? What happens?
I get you can't really. Everything is man. This is a tough one, right? Because you can't tell anybody to stay or go based on that. All right. Because people are going to have their needs. People are going to have their motives. Sex messes everything up. Sex kind of muddies everything up.
Okay. Reiterate that again. I mean, you said you can't tell people stay or go.
You can't tell people like you can't, you're not going to be able to tell somebody to stay or go because of the sex. That's a decision they're going to make on their own.
Okay.
That's
about sex.
They're gonna have to
sex.
If the sex is the bond, like you're gonna stay. Sex in general, you're gonna stay in this relationship.
You're
dependent on the sex.
Couple. Right. It depends on the couple, because if the person loves someone, we're talking about solely about sex, though. It depends on the couple and how their love is and everything. Now, if a person don't give a fuck, though, they're just gonna be like, oh well, you know what? Just leave, or the pattern on the normal thing of what people be doing, which is not right, is they start cheating. And that's when the confusion comes in and really makes things get real rocky. You know what I'm saying? And it causes problems and shit like that. Now, if people really love each other, they would, figure out a way or get some type of help for the person or whatever the case, So on that topic about you talking about with sex, right?
Yeah. So we were talking about getting to know some of our listeners. I think that's a really good topic. We should take that and make that into a broader topic during the podcast. What happens when you're staying for the sex? A lot of people do. What do they call them? Cuddy buddies or something like that?
Yeah, our friend with benefit. So,
friends with benefits.
Yeah. So we're almost out of time, so we want to big up our listeners. Yvette, you can take Facebook, and I would take YouTube. I want to big up Joan Jackson, Speaking Grace, Inspirational by Marie, People's Choice by Grace. That's what I see so far. There's a podcast, Strike the Ego. I want to big you up and appreciate you being here. I wanted us to big up each person. Yvette, who you have on your side?
Yeah, so over here on Facebook, we have my girl Tamara. Thank you for coming. My daughter Devajana. Thank you, baby. We also have my niece on here, Shauna. We have Jamie, cuz y'all showed up for me. Yes, you guys, thank you so much. And we have Sean Don Brown, who is bringing some fire questions in here that I think we should tackle.
Shout out to the Evening Rush.
Come on, Sean. He said, what comes first, love or attraction? And I said, listen, we gonna bring it, Sean.
We're gonna bring it. You have to come back.
Come back. I like this. And thank you, Lori, for coming. Crown on, Queen. Crown on. I gotta tell you that. And yeah, that's what I got over here, you guys. This has been awesome. Awesome.
Well, Sean DeDawn has a lot of interesting questions, and big shouts out to the Evening Rush Network out there, and my favorite and former network and everything like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to E Digger and everything like that,
that's
though.
Right.
And Go ahead, Sean.
Sean, what do you have to say to the people, Sean?
I thank everybody for coming on. I think that just talking, having these conversations kind of diffuses the word submissive. Like, I think that was our aim at the beginning. A lot of people hear that word, they're scared of it. And I think just being able to talk and speak from a man's point of view. I don't, often get the opportunity to say how a lot of men feel or represent men. So I'm just very honored to do that today from my hometown of Toronto, Canada. And big up all the people, them all over the world, and thank you for tuning in. And I'll be here again, man. We'll all be here again.
That's right.
Right.
Like the one in New York in the house.
Over to you, brother Mike. Over to you. Do your thing.
No doubt. Good shouts out to love. This is the new Barbershop Micz, y'all. So let's get it.
Let's get it. Should women be submissive? The question is still on the table, you guys. Keep talking about it. Let's talk about it in the chat. This question is not over yet. We're going to keep it coming and bring people in here. Bring people into
one thing.
Ask them.
One thing I did want to hear. I wanted to hear from a woman or a man who was vehemently in denial or opposed to that statement, who said, no, I'm not going to be submissive to my partner. I would like to see more of those people and hear their point of view, just to hear why, because there could be a legitimate reason why, right? So that's the only thing I was kind of encouraging, looking forward to.
So guess what? You can go over to our Facebook page and you can give us that answer right there and then.
Right.
That's right. The question is still on the table.
Question still on the table.
All right.
And I am Jasmine, and with Vet and Sean and our host, Big Mike in the building. Just want to say
Mike in the building.
Say to you, this is our first show, and it won't be our last. It won't be our last. And we want to say big up E Digger, our producer. Thank you so much. We appreciate this opportunity that you gave unto us, and we're going to shine. It's going to be lit. And behalf of the team, I want to say thank you so much, and see you next week, 3 p.m. right here.
Bring it.